When I started on Instagram, I fell into a couple of traps that I've regretted for years to come. So in this video, I want to share with you the 6 biggest mistakes that I learned while growing my account to over 430,000 followers. We'll talk about tempting shortcuts that many take when starting out and while they'll destroy your growth. How to avoid pissing off your audience and why you should stop following outdated strategies. At the end of the video, I'm also going to share with you a new strategy that some creators are using to gain tens of thousands of followers in a matter of weeks. But bear in mind that some of the things I'm about to say in this video might sound weird, but it's important to understand why I'm making certain points. If you want to grow your account with meaningless videos just to go viral and get views, feel free to do so, but I'm not the right person to help you, so don't even bother watching this. But if you want to understand how to create long-term sustainable strategies to grow your business and personal brand, keep watching. Now, I want you to think about yourself. What is the biggest temptation that you have on social media whenever you want to grow a new account? Well, the news is that I personally fell into the trap. It's been many years when I started my career as a model. Having a social media presence was key to getting jobs, and we were pressured by our agencies to grow our IG page, which is something I deeply regret. In fact, this really daunted me for many years to come, and I'm going to explain you why. Back then, I couldn't really understand why this would have been a problem in the long term. Everybody was doing it and I just didn't want to feel behind. Imagine you want to organize a big party for your birthday. You want to impress and you decide to rent a huge room but fill it up with mannequins. It looks very busy at first glance, but then everybody realizes that this is just a big lie. No interaction or response from these fake people. Everybody leaves and you're left with 0 real friends. This is exactly what happens when you buy followers. Real growth comes from genuine interactions, not a number on your profile. And I know this is so tempting, especially because you'll receive a ton of messages from people promising you real followers and real engagement, but it's never true. So after buying the first few thousand followers, I wanted to post pictures and videos, but every time I needed to buy also likes and sometimes even comments. But obviously they were from bots, they were not real. And people will know sooner or later. I was stressed big time and I really wish I didn't do it. It took me years to get rid of those fakes ones and rebuild my account over true value. If you provide value to people, they'll follow you. So avoid buying followers. It leads absolutely nowhere. Same thing goes with the following strategy, which could be very effective, but only if used correctly. But the problem is that people don't understand that this is a game that can quickly damage your reputation. Imagine being friendly to someone just to get a favor, then completely ignore them, ghost them. Not cool, right? Maybe you won't see any negative consequences at first, but in the long term, people will talk, and soon everybody knows that you're not a good friend.
I hate you.
So I personally used this strategy to gain my first 500 followers on TikTok in the early stages, and it worked really well. But be careful, this is how it works. Whenever a person that you don't know follows you, you receive a notification, and I guess you go on his or her profile and check who this person is. It can happen that you decide to follow him back. Done. That person just got a new follower. But here's the catch. That person might unfollow you later, and you won't know. The follow-unfollow strategy is still widely used and it can work very well, but I highly suggest you engage genuinely. Follow accounts within your niche and interact with them without expecting anything in return. Comment on their posts, send them a message and start a conversation. It takes just a couple of back and forth messages to see whether you vibe with this person or not. And sooner that you know, this person will start following you back and engage with your content. But please don't do this with big accounts because you'll get disappointed. The smaller they are, the higher the chance of they'll see the notification, reply to your messages and follow you back. But when doing this, remember to avoid the next mistake. This seems very harmless at first, but it happens to me very often and I hate it. If you do this, you're risking to really piss off whoever is on the other side. It's like that friend in school that always asks you to borrow something. Okay, if you ask me once because you're doing an important project and you need support, I'm super happy to help. But if you ask me every single day, it becomes just really annoying. So I have a good friend from the time where I used to be a model. Initially, he bought followers like I did. Then he switched to become a content creator. And because obviously he was getting 0 engagement due to the fake followers, he was DMing literally everyone in the space to follow, like, comment on his latest post. posts every single time. I did it the first few times because we were friends, but then I stopped. I hated it. And also, super important, never ask anyone in DM to follow you. Your account should speak for yourself. When you DM someone and you provide value to that person, it will follow you back. But also be careful what you do next, because engaging in the DMs is just one part of the puzzle. This is something that I really didn't do at the beginning, and I regret it today. I wish I would have done it more. What I'm about to say is very time consuming, but it's very, very worth it in the long term. Think of Instagram as a big community. What happens in healthy communities? Every person contributes into something bigger. Sometimes you meet all together, and if you're willing to help others, you receive help whenever needed. If you want to build a house, you can do it yourself and take years. Or you can have someone to help you and have it ready in months. It's all about give and take. Instagram is the same exact thing. In order to grow, you need help from the community, and therefore you want to give your contribution to it. Stay active, comment on posts, reply to messages, and join offline events. Meet people online and offline. For example, I've been based between London and Dubai, and in the UK there is this amazing group of creators called UK Shooters. They organize sick events for photo videographers, and there you can meet so many amazing people. I personally tried to attend all the events, and I met quite a few of what I now call friends. We also went to Bali for over a month together and had the best time ever. But if you live in a city where there are no events or communities, create it yourself. Even just a WhatsApp group with other like-minded creators in your niche can be super beneficial, even if it's just online and you guys do a Zoom call once a week. Engagement breeds engagement, but requires consistency, which is gonna help you to avoid also mistake number 5. 99% of people, of those who try to grow on Instagram, fail because of this very reason. What is the only common element across all the successful accounts in any social media, which includes mine as well? Alright, so chances are that you know who Mr. Beast is, right? In case you don't, well, he's the biggest creator of all times with over 200 million subscribers on YouTube. He's been creating videos since 2012, when he was just 13 years old. But the crazy thing is that he started getting some traction only after many years and after hundreds of videos with basically no views.
People who say, oh, well, I could be Mr. Beast if I had money. Well, A, I didn't start off with money. I was poor. I had no money, and it took me like 7 years just to buy a camera, saving up from YouTube.
And despite that, he never stopped. 9 out of 10 people think that it's impossible to grow on social media and either blame the algorithms or don't even start. But in both cases, the reality is that they simply give up too early.
A lot of people get analysis paralysis, and they'll just sit there and they'll plan their first video for 3 months. And any of you listening, if you, especially if you have 0 videos on your channel, your first video is not going to get views, period. It's not. Your first 10 are not going to get views. I can very confidently say that. So stop sitting there and thinking for months and months on end, and just get to work and start uploading. Like, all you need to do is make 100 videos and improve something every time. Do that. And then on your 101st video, we'll start talking.
If you want to succeed on Instagram, there are some key aspects that you must follow. Number 1, allow yourself enough time to see results. Number 2, make it a priority in your schedule. Number 3, have realistic expectations. And while I know that it can be difficult to keep going, you need to understand that stop posting will never be beneficial for the growth of your account. If you give up too early, it's guaranteed you're not gonna make it. It's that simple, right? But how do you keep up? It's super difficult to find new ideas constantly, right? Yes, it is, until you try the Rose formula. It's an easy framework that allows me to generate unlimited viral ideas for short form content in any niche. I made a full masterclass about it, and it's completely free using the link in the description. And also inside the masterclass, you'll learn how to avoid the mistake number 6. This will be the difference between an account being stagnant with no growth or gaining tens of thousands of followers in a matter of weeks, no matter how long you've been posting for. And it's the same trick that accounts like Nomad Toast, Umark, Steven, and others use to gain millions of followers in no time. So think of your content as a menu in a restaurant. If you never change the menu and you'll keep the same 3 items forever, even regular customers will get bored and start looking for new places to eat. If you want to keep your audience engaged and attract new followers, you need to innovate continuously. Look at what's trending. what new editing techniques are emerging, and what content types are gaining traction. Think about fresh, creative ideas and formats that are unique. But it's not easy, and that's why the roast formula will help you a lot with that. I myself introduced a new format when I started, and the fun part is that I did it unintentionally. I still use it today in the majority of my videos, and also my one-on-one clients get amazing results with that. It's a proven way to make your videos 10 times more engaging. And I talk about that strategy in this video right here, and it can literally blow up your Instagram account.